video is over. At least my part of it is. We'll see how it turns out. Go animate.
Hi, arigatou gozaimashita. We're shooting Breaking the Habit.
Is it fun?
Yes, it's loads of fun.
We're done for the day. At this point, the guys from the animation company will be looking at that, using it for reference, using it for to draw the video. So all the rest of it's animation time.
So here we are in the edit bay with my buddy Mario here, and what we're doing is we're getting all the performance video that we shot in the soundstage, and we're putting it together to create a little mini video of the performance so we can use it as reference for the animators. Japanese animators will be capturing each individual frame and tracing over them and adding their own artistic flair and style in the anime fashion to make us come to life. Also, what we're doing is we're putting together storyboards in the form of what's called an animatic, and that's basically the music video as storyboards put together so we can map out the timings and edits when things are going to happen, and that is going to be one of the blueprints. The pre-production process of the video was extremely important because it created the foundation of what we were going to do in this video, how things were going to look, the tone of everything, what the story was going to be, what was going to happen in each frame at what specific point. This is an illustration of what we wanted the city to look like, the buildings to look like.
One of the concepts of the city was to create a world that functions with the energy of a gigantic gyroscope. And I think the piping is what we follow, basically the goals of Chester all the way to the top of the building. Those pipes go in and out, the structure, in and out the apartment. We follow them, and it gives us some sort of a leading path to follow all these little stories that are happening while Chester flies back all the way to the top.
This is the character drawing of what we call the drug guy. We see this girl that's not very happy with herself. She's writing "I'm nothing" on the walls. This is a couple that are having marital problems.
The people living in their apartment, their space are quite normal, they're quite standard. And it's actually only when you widen up the shots at the end and you see the city, you realize it's quite a weird city, it's quite a strange world.
In the middle of the video, things start going backwards. What it shows there is the motivations behind the characters and why they're in these situations and why they're feeling a certain way.
I think Joe was really interested in keeping the characters very real, not having too much fantasy on the character, but rather grounding them very strongly so people can relate to them.
Chester screaming out the words, of the lyric, "I'm breaking the habit tonight," which is basically saying, okay, I want to do something to change my life. And the video ends on that note.
Right now we're in Tokyo. We got here. We're gonna start drawing, bringing this video to life. Matt's a little frightened by what we're about to walk into.
Because I don't know what they're gonna say.
Hey, Johan, how you doing?
Matt. Nice to meet you.
My name is Shin Ishikawa, CEO of Gonzo Digimension Holding, and we are just starting to work on the final stage of Breaking a Habit video. And then actually, Joe just flew into Japan, Tokyo, yesterday, and we are very excited to work together.
Hi, I'm Fumi, here at Gonzo Digimension, and there are so many animators here, maybe 100 or more. working on a project, Linkin Park, Breakin the Habit video.
Ken Hamamoto, and I'm with Mr. Horyuji here. And I also help with Joe to communicate with Japanese creators. Hi, I'm Horyuji. I'm working on a VFX part of a Linkin Park video. I'll do my best.
Yesterday for lunch, we had a traditional Japanese lunch at Shakey's Pizza.
What you have for dinner?
It was buffet. While school kids there. What do we have for dinner?
Hot dogs and beer.
Oh yeah, hot dogs and beer. It's so good.
Actually, we have been working on this project for several months, and after we received the initial boards, we've been working together with the 20 animators under the direction of director Nakazawa. And then we finally got to the stage that we can have Joe here, check everything, and make a final cut of a great video.
I want them to make me look buff.
Here's a scene of Chester for 3 seconds with 36 drawings.
Basically, in making animation, there are 3 different processes. One is making animation, which is the character moving around, and the background. And then on this one, some computer graphics and CG effects. We put together all the 3 different parts at the end to finalize the product.
We flew in from US here to Tokyo, and we went directly to a meeting with GDH, where we talked about the videos and talked about revisions we're gonna make, and so they're off working. And hopefully by the time we leave, we'll have the video done.
What do you call this? This is people going to work in Japan.
During the final stages of making this video, we took a trip to Tokyo, Japan, to oversee the final stages of animation and to make whatever changes needed to be made in order for us to bring the source material back home to be edited and put the final touches on.
I'm gonna figure out how to get on this train.
Some of the challenges are, things that you have to deal with culturally, and the language barrier was definitely a challenge. Just trying to get people to completely understand.
Here's the drawing layer, yellows and blues and greens. And then you took over on top of that and you put a blackish film grain over the top of it. We want you to take this layer away, just leaving the artwork. And after we edit it in America, we can take the grain thick or thin or big or small, whatever Joe chooses.
There was a language barrier, but actually the good thing was that there was no cultural barrier, meaning that Joe understands Japanese animation and Japanese people likes Linkin Park music was a good thing. So it was more of a kind of intuitive communication based on drawings. It was very fun to work with Joe because Joe seems to understand very much of the creative process of Japanese animation, which is actually pretty different from American process. But it seems like Joe studied and loves Japanese animation quite a lot, and then we felt really comfortable to work together.
We think he really respected a lot of what Japanese animation is capable of doing, but also brought it to a whole new level by making it really a mainstream music video.
This is my third video with Joe. I think he's really proving that he can deal with any type of medium. And that's why I like to keep working with him, and I hope we keep doing this, because every time we do a new job, it's a totally different challenge. I can't wait for the next one.
When we're on the road, we get to travel to so many different places around the world. We meet different people that have, different problems going on. One of the things that inspired me for the video is those people coming up to us and telling us how they feel and how our songs help them in their daily lives. In the video,